Jack Thomas, Getty Images Roger Federer during his fourth-round loss to Stefanos Tsitsipas of Greece at the 2019 Australian Open on January 20, 2019, in Melbourne, Australia. CNN, Roger Federer wasn't very happy when relayed John McEnroe's comments that his loss to 20-year-old Stefanos Tsitsipas in the fourth round at the Australian Open was a changing of the guard moment. Read, Tsitsipas stuns FedererREAD, Zverev pummels racket and lossIt. Is easy to utter such a phrase given that Federer is 37 and hasn't made a Grand Slam semi-final since last year's Australian Open. But McEnroe, who is prone to headline-grabbing quotes, does have a point, or at least as it relates to the perspective on Federer. As much of a talent as Tsitsipas's tennis history tells us that can't-miss prospects can wane into solid pros who never quite hit the heights expected of them. Tsitsipas, though, has seemed to have it all: power, precision, variety, desire, and a modest swagger. But back to the legendary Swiss. Visit CNN.com/sport for more news and videos. Federer's last 3 losses at Grand Slams have boggled, because of just how good he has been for nearly 2 decades in clutch moments. Indeed, when he said he created a monster, here in 2008 after a semi-final defeat to Novak Djokovic, the point being that all his wins led people to believe he was untouchable, Federer was correct. More than 10 years later, he is still playing at an incredibly high level, giving the man of the moment Djokovic one of his toughest matches in 2018 in a phase when the Serb seemed untouchable himself, and finishing the season in the top 3. The issue for Federer is that Grand Slams, as he knows, are the best of 5 sets, and the edge he held is ever so slightly dissipating. Even if it is a 1% shift, at this level it is the difference between a fourth round or potentially a semi-final. Movement, explosiveness off the ground, and maybe even Federer's own confidence. Surprising losses: Federer held a 4-0 record, no sets lost, against the big serving Kevin Anderson prior to losing their quarterfinal after holding a match point at Wimbledon. Federer later revealed he suffered from a hand issue, yet he had only ever experienced 1 loss at Wimbledon from 2 sets up. And he said he wasn't hurt when falling to the Australian John McEnroe in the 4th round of the US Open. It wasn't the killer instinct that lacked then, but rather the steamy conditions got to Federer. That seemed like an unprecedented occurrence for the man who was always unflappable no matter the weather. Never in recent memory had the great man suffered like that physically, barring an injury. And then against Tsitsipas, Federer unbelievably went 0 for 12 on break points. At ATP and Grand Slam level, at first glance, it was believed to be the only time in Federer's career he manufactured double digits in break points without taking at least one of those chances. All 3 losses came when Federer won the first set. He had been 87-2 in Melbourne when grabbing the first set, beaten only by 2 players who were already Grand Slam champions, Rafael Nadal and Marat Safin. First time in a willy, and the last time he went 3 straight majors without making a semi-final. In 2013, those numbers certainly tell us Federer isn't the player he was as recently as 2017, when he claimed 2 of the 3 majors he contested after coming back from a knee problem. If he intends to keep on going, and there was nothing to suggest that wasn't the case Sunday when he spoke to reporters, not for the first time he will have to ponder what adjustments to make. He has brought in coaches in the past, and the results have been an improved one-handed backhand and the SABR tactic, coming to the net on service returns after taking the ball early. It would be highly surprising if Federer dispenses with his coach Ivan Lubicic, but would he add an extra voice? Likely the first big decision Federer must make is whether he will, as murmurings suggest, play a full clay court swing for the first time since 2016, with this unexpected start to his season, featuring in the build-up to Roland Garros, then going to Paris, might do more damage than good to his body. Then all of a sudden, out go his chances at Wimbledon, which could be the Grand Slam where he is most likely to add to his haul of 20 majors. For fans, just continuing to play, and you know it would be at a high level, would be enough. No stopping. call it a massive surprise for this author if Federer, sponsored by Japan's Uniqlo, calls it quits prior to the Olympics in Tokyo next year, since he has never won an Olympic singles gold. And that format is the best of 3 sets until the final. The fairy tale comeback of 2017 is over, but we've seen enough of Federer to never count him out. A gentle reminder, the Grand Slam season is made up of 4 Grand Slams, not 1. Let's see what the rest of 2019 holds.